Hello friends, add 2.5 cups or 315 grams of all-purpose flour. Add half a teaspoon of salt. Mix gently with a whisk. Add 1 tablespoon of sugar. Mix again with the whisk until everything is well combined. This step might seem simple, but it's very important. By whisking well, we're not just mixing. We're adding a little air into the flour. Use a spoon to transfer this flour mixture into a food processor. Now, take 2 sticks or 225 grams of cold unsalted butter. Cut the butter into small cubes. Cold butter is the secret to a flaky crust. When we keep it cold and cut it into small pieces, it stays solid in the dough. Then, in the oven, those little pieces melt and create tiny pockets of steam. And that's what gives us those beautiful, tender layers. Friends, I always enjoy knowing where you're from. Please share your city and country. And if you're in the US, let me know your state. Drop them into the flour mixture in the food processor. Pulse gently until the mixture looks crumbly. You should still see little pieces of butter, about the size of peas. That's exactly what we want. These butter bits give our crust a flaky texture. If you have any questions about the recipe, don't hesitate to drop them in the comments, and I'll reply as soon as I can. Now, add 7 tablespoons of the icy water into the flour mixture, one at a time. Cold water helps bring the dough together without melting the butter. That's how we keep the crust flaky and tender. Pulse again until the dough begins to come together. Be gentle here. We don't want to overmix. A soft dough that holds together is what we're looking for. Once the dough comes together in the food processor, turn it out onto the counter or a clean surface. If it still falls apart when you pinch it, add more cold water, just 1 teaspoon at a time. Gently press the dough together with your hands. Don't knead it. We want to keep the butter cold and avoid developing too much gluten, so the crust stays tender and flaky. Friends, if you enjoyed the video, a like would be much appreciated. It's the best way to support me. Divide the dough in half. Shape each half into a round disc. Wrap each disc in plastic wrap and press it slightly to flatten. I always smile at this part. It reminds me of being a little girl, watching my grandmother shape pie dough with such care. She'd wrap it up and say, "Let it rest," just like we all need sometimes. And now, every time I do this, it feels like a little moment of home. Place them in the refrigerator for at least 1 hour. This helps the dough relax and stay firm for rolling. Now, let's prepare the chicken. Take 1 whole chicken and place it in a roasting dish. Carefully lift the skin near the breast. I remember watching my mom do this so gently, like it was the most delicate part of the whole meal. Slide in 2/4 of stick or 30 grams each of butter. When my mom was doing the same, she always said, "A little butter under the skin makes all the difference." This keeps the meat moist as it cooks. Cut 1 lemon in half. Tuck 1/2 into the cavity of the chicken. The lemon adds gentle acidity and keeps the inside juicy as it roasts. Place the whole garlic head inside the chicken. Add 2 sprigs of fresh rosemary as well. Rosemary gives a warm, earthy aroma that makes the whole kitchen smell like home. Together, these simple ingredients turn an everyday roast into something really special. Next, in a small bowl, mix 4 tablespoons of mayonnaise. Mayonnaise might surprise you here, but it helps the skin turn golden and crisp while keeping the meat tender underneath. 2 teaspoons of salt. 1 teaspoon of black pepper. 1 teaspoon of paprika. Grate 3 cloves of garlic on a mini grater. Grating helps release more of the natural oils and flavor than chopping, so the garlic blends right into the marinade and gives the chicken a deep, savory taste. Friends, if you like my content, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and turn on notifications for more recipes like this. Add them to the bowl. Now, add 2 tablespoons of lemon juice. Mix it all well until smooth. Use a brush to spread this mixture over the entire chicken. I always loved watching my grandmother do this. Slow, careful strokes. Like she was painting something special. She'd say, "Take your time. That's where the love goes." Place the chicken in a preheated oven at 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Roast for 1 hour until golden brown and juicy. Then, in a large frying pan, add 1/4 of a stick or 30 grams of butter and melt it over medium heat. The butter adds a rich base that brings all the vegetables together with a warm, creamy flavor. Finely chop 1 large onion. Onions are the heart of many comforting dishes. They add depth and gentle sweetness as they cook. They're also full of antioxidants and known to support heart health. Add it to the pan and cook for 2 to 3 minutes until it starts to soften and release its aroma. Finely dice 2 carrots. Carrots bring not only natural sweetness, but also that beautiful pop of color we always love to see in a cozy dish. They're rich in vitamins, especially beta-carotene, which helps support vision and immune health. Add them to the onion and sauté together for about 5 to 7 minutes, stirring gently so everything cooks evenly. Chop 7 ounces, or about 210 grams of mushrooms. I love adding mushrooms into my dishes. They are so full of flavor. Absorb the butter and aromatics like little sponges. They're also a good source of B vitamins and add a lovely savory note to the filling. Add them to the pan, stir well, and cook until they soften and release their juices. The kitchen will already start to smell like home. Grate 3 cloves of garlic on a mini grater. Garlic gives a warm, rich flavor that gently fills the dish without overpowering it. It's also wonderful for your health, known for supporting the immune system and circulation. Add it to the pan and cook everything together for 5 more minutes, letting all those flavors blend beautifully. Now add 6 tablespoons of all-purpose flour. This step is important. The flour acts as a thickener, so our filling will have that lovely creamy texture that holds together inside the pie. Cook it for about 2 minutes to remove the raw taste of the flour. Now slowly pour in 2 cups or 450 milliliters of chicken broth. Then add 1.5 cups or 350 milliliters of heavy cream. It gives the filling a rich, velvety texture. Stir constantly to keep the sauce smooth and silky. This helps everything blend without lumps. Now add 2 teaspoons of salt, 1 teaspoon of black pepper. Stir well. Then reduce the heat to low and let the sauce stay warm while we finish the chicken. When the chicken is done, take it out of the oven. Let it rest for about 10 minutes, then transfer it to a cutting board. Remove the lemon, garlic, and rosemary from the cavity. Begin pulling the meat apart gently. Keep the chicken pieces bite-sized. You'll need about 2 cups or 300 grams of shredded chicken. Add the meat into the pan with the sauce. add 1 cup of frozen peas. Mix everything gently. Now finely chop 1 bunch of fresh parsley. Add it to the pan. Add 1 tablespoon of sesame seeds. This is my little secret ingredient for a special touch. Stir everything together and cook for another 2 to 3 minutes. Then turn off the heat. Now, take our dough out of the fridge and let it sit on the counter for 10 minutes. Sprinkle some flour on the table or board. Roll out the first disc into a circle. As you roll, start from the center and work outward evenly. Try not to press too hard. Gentle pressure keeps the layers delicate and the butter from melting. Carefully lift the dough and place it into your pie dish. Spoon the filling into the crust. Take your time here. Making sure the filling is level helps the top crust sit nicely and bake evenly. Spread it out evenly, and as you spread it, you'll see all the colors and textures come together. Soft vegetables, tender chicken, creamy sauce. Lightly flour your work surface to keep the dough from sticking. Now roll out the second dough disc. I always remember watching my grandmother do this. She would hum softly as she rolled, and the kitchen felt calm and warm. That quiet rhythm made everything taste better somehow. Gently place the rolled dough over the top of the pie. Fold the edges under and pinch them lightly to seal. This creates a neat border and helps keep all the delicious filling tucked safely inside while it bakes. Make a few small slits on top to let steam escape while baking. Crack 1 egg into a small bowl. Beat it well with a whisk. Use a brush to coat the top crust with the egg wash. Sprinkle a little salt, pepper, and some sesame seeds on top. Place the pie in the oven at 360 degrees Fahrenheit or 180 degrees Celsius. Bake for 35 minutes or until the top is golden and crisp. Take the pie out off the oven and let it sit for a few minutes, just enough time for the filling to settle and the aromas to fill the whole kitchen. Then slice into it gently. The crust is golden and buttery, perfectly crisp. Inside, the filling is creamy and rich, with tender chicken and vegetables in every spoonful. It's simple, homemade, and made with care, just the way it should be. Thank you so much for cooking with me today. I hope this recipe brings as much warmth and joy to your home as it does to mine. Until next time, happy cooking!